Texas has the highest property tax rate in the nation, with the exception of 13 states being higher. Why do you think that is?
Because Texas hasn't committed to ending wealth discrimination in the public school system, efficiently funding public education with fewer school districts that were representative of either the people or the geography. And the history is this, you may know, there's 254 counties, and they're all, if you notice, primarily rectangles. Well, back in the days of our founding fathers, that was created so that it would take a day's horseback ride to the county line from the county seat to record any instruments that were essential to tracking what we were doing and putting it on public record. So that was how we came up with the geography of counties. But it wasn't until 100 years ago that we created a school district system because, in my opinion, the state of Texas wanted to abdicate, under the popular expression of local control, the ability for communities before there was the civil rights laws that enabled us to have fair housing, that was then had to be followed up with fair credit, so that everybody would have the American dream, regardless of race, origin, religion. Anybody should be able to live anywhere in the state of Texas, and they should also be entitled to getting an education for their children. And it should not be on the basis of where they're at, the quality of the education and the financing of that education. So my issue is when are we going to have fair education? And fair education starts with the state. It doesn't start by separating the wealthy from the less wealthy. It doesn't get band-aided with a recapture, aka Robin Hood system, where we take from the wealthy and give to the lower school districts. I mean, we shouldn't even be dealing with this kind of nonsense. There is no Republican or Democrat that can answer to that question other than it's always been that way. And I say the time is now for it no longer to be that way. If we've learned anything from COVID, it's that we can efficiently deliver education, and I'm not suggesting that we should do this solely through the technology that's now affordable and available, but how can we look back only 2 years ago and say we can tell all the kids to stay home, but we can still give them a diploma without an asterisk, and then a year later flip the coin and give them options, and today we tell them they need to come to school, but they should wear a mask, but if it's too cold, we're going to tell them to stay home. I mean, if there isn't a better time to respect Article 7 about funding public education efficiently, which is the duty of the legislature, then when will it be? And I think right now the opportunity to replace the comptroller with somebody like myself, or specifically myself, to be that voice, that constant voice that speaks to the governor weekly about we can do better is timely. And that's why I'm running.